New Hampshire is now the first state ever to be led entirely by women in elected office, including both senators, the entire congressional delegation, and, of course, the governor. Joining me now is New Hampshire Senator Jeanne Shaheen. Thank you very much. Love the Manchester background. Thanks for being with us. Well, first of all, what is the significance, do you think, of the fact that the president's top 4 cabinet picks now today, Jack Lew as well, are all white men, and there is a notable lack of diversity among the top cabinet members? Do you think this is a problem?
Well, it's disappointing. You know, women make up over 50% of the population. I would hope the president would follow New Hampshire's lead. And he still has an opportunity. He has some openings, so he has places where he could appoint women, and I hope he'll take a look and do that.
I know, having covered Bill Clinton back in 1992 during the transition when he rejected women's groups, he said that he doesn't believe in quotas, and the bean counters who were criticizing him for not having enough women in the cabinet at that point. He eventually did, of course. But what is the importance, the significance of what women bring to the table? You're now working among, 20 women senators. You've already had conversations as a caucus. You don't agree on everything. You don't agree, in fact, with Kelly Ayotte, your colleague from New Hampshire, on reproductive rights and abortion. But what is the common ground that changes the sensibility, that changes the conversation when women are at the table?
Well, we have different life experiences. They're not better or worse than men's, but they're different. We're often the people who make sure that our kids go to school, that take care of our aging parents, that make sure our families get the health care and other nurturing needs that they have. And it's important to have our voice at the table because we have a different perspective. And we need a government that looks like America so we can address the concerns that we hear from across the spectrum.
What do you think of the nominees so far in terms of your own role as a vote, a confirming vote, or a vote to deny the confirmation of John Kerry, Chuck Hagel, John Brennan, Jack Lew?
Well, fortunately, I'm going to be in a position where I'm on the Armed Services Committee and the Foreign Relations Committee, so I'll get a chance to question both Senators Kerry and Hagel, and I look forward to hearing them answer some of the tough questions that have been raised, and that's what the confirmation process is about. So,
do you have any concerns about Chuck Hagel from what you know so far?
I think Senator Hagel deserves all of our admiration for his service in Vietnam, for his service to the country as a senator from Nebraska, and he would be the only enlisted man who's ever served in the military to become Secretary of Defense if he gets confirmed. But I do have some serious questions for him about how he would implement the amendment that I just put into the defense authorization bill to make sure that women in the military who are victims of rape or incest are able to access reproductive health services and get the same coverage that other women throughout the federal system get for abortions. I want to hear how he plans to implement that. I want to hear what he has to say about Israel and some of the statements that have been made about his past positions on Israel. Now, I think he's had a very strong record in support of Israel, but I think those are questions that I want to hear him answer.
And I know Hillary Clinton has just come back from this health scare, but seems and says she's feeling better than ever. What are her future prospects? I know you've been a long-time close friend and supporter. What about Hillary Clinton in 2016 if she chooses?
Listen, I think Hillary can do whatever she decides she wants to do, and like so many of her friends and admirers, I hope she's going to have a chance to get some rest, to take it easy for a little while. I certainly appreciate and respect the tremendous job she's done as Secretary of State, the miles that she's traveled, and what she's given to the country. And so I hope that she's going to have a chance to decide to do what she would like to do. And if she decides to run for president, she will be a terrific candidate, and I think she will gain lots of support. And I certainly hope that I'm going to see in my lifetime a woman president.
Do you think she has some tough answers, or tough questions to answer before your committee on Benghazi before she leaves office?
Well, I think many of those questions we've heard from the report that was done. We had extensive hearings and an opportunity to question the authors of that report. Admiral Mullen was one of those. So I think she will confirm many of the things that were in the report, and I'm sure respond to what the State Department and what she has done in response to the recommendations in that report on the Benghazi attack.
Senator Shaheen, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us from New Hampshire.